Hey, it's Captain Den. We're here in the den playing the Shadows of Eberron as we fly on the cloud of destiny, to who knows where. With me being a crazy bastard wanting to jump ship to save people of unknown. But we're waiting to find out the final solution. Is we're not even sure where this vampire is. Is he hiding in the ship? Is he in a weird space? Has he flown up somebody's butt? Probably mine. Who knows? But we're going to find out tonight, hopefully, as I turn it over to Cavron. All yours,
And we'll pick it up as the party was discussing what their next actions were.
buddy.
For the stream, I'll let the people watching, as well as those who weren't here, know that I'm going to use a house rule. So I don't just tell you guys where to go. You may use an inspiration point to be inspired as to a solution or a clue or whatnot to help move things along. At which point you guys may do so or not as a whole or individuals.
Do we get a better result if we do it as with multiple inspiration points?
Yes.
I'll kick in an inspiration point for that.
I'm kicking an inspiration point on Ironside.
Okay. So that's 2. Any other takers?
I don't think I have
Yeah,
any.
throw me in. I have one.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I have one too.
I think I burned all mine.
Gotcha.
Are you guys finding it in your notes, or are you guys using that heroic inspiration on the top?
Yeah, I got it in
Turned mine off.
the sheet.
I have spent my inspiration point. I've
Me too.
exorcised the demons.
We are going to have a collective, like, everybody hands in. We need some inspiration.
Somebody should save one in case we're all about to die when we do find the guy, and he's gonna kill us all.
I doubt my inspiration point will help that.
So we've
All right.
got one
Got 2.
from...
Two. 3.
I'll save one in case we need it when we fight him.
Okay, so you're saving one.
I'll throw mine in.
Killian,
Yeah, there you go.
Ordrin.
Mordrin, and Ironsides. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How to go about giving you 3. Ironsides. You have you've been rolling around mostly the cargo deck area in your searches, and you and Killian were working on the locker that turned out to be the locker of holding. You did spot a bit of blood on the inside wall edge of the locker in question.
Pointing out to Cole and the rest of the group, it does seem to be a little bit of blood coming out of this locker.
No, it's like a smear
blood.
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not leaking out.
Yeah, sorry. There seems to be a bloody stain along the edge here of the locker.
There aren't twin girls hiding in there, are there?
How high up off the ground is that streak?
It was like at as if you would hold on to the edge to at normal human hand height, not not down,
Okay.
but as if you were grabbing an edge to either wedge yourself in or pull yourself out.
Got it. Okay. Just wondering because I had wanted to determine the size of said creature that left the smirk on the side there. So
Right. It wasn't at halfling
not
height.
halfling height. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And it's just the slightest smear. You guys would have noticed it before, but it was really slight. Hillian, you're inspired to use your rune of what that foresight was it?
Mm-hmm.
And in so doing, so that makes sense. You get that glimpse of the future result. If you were to jump, you would lose your quarry.
Yeah.
And Mordrin, you go into a slight meditative what is it? It's
Ecstasy.
communicating. No, no, it's that as if you were sitting down with your I'm drawing the undying
Court.
ones. Yes, as if you were sitting down across from one of the members of the Undying Court, who is laying down tarot cards.
Oh.
And does 3, and the result being that the Undying Court, looking at the cards, indicates to you that the vampire is still aboard the ship. Don't jump.
Okay.
And then that communication fades, and you come out of that slight reverie.
Trance.
Trance.
I have had a vision. The Undying have spoken. We need to be here on the ship.
That's Bolar. You only saying that because you want to stay. That's it. I'm out of here.
Oh, my runic foresight says the same.
Hey, roll it. Something.
Do a what?
Roll something. I don't know. Convince me. I'm just gonna. Yeah, Evo is like he already got incensed by all this, so you know he's gonna have to. Talk
Yeah.
him
Where
down.
could he be?
He's getting ready to run. He's like, this is bullshit. It's like I don't have an inspiration to have some kind of divine vision, you know.
Is I forget. Is Cole with us? Right. Cole.
Yeah, Cole's
finally
there.
finished. Got it. Cole, can the vampire disguise themselves as an inanimate object or of any kind, or transform into something that we wouldn't recognize
That's a good
as the
question.
vampire?
Would that be an Arcana check?
That would be. Or survival.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
She's a little miffed that her construct has been killed, so.
Hell no, it's a vampire. Always will be a vampire.
Yeah, that doesn't help as Evo starts, you know, walking that way.
Oh man. Okay.
What do you want? Persuasion?
Hey, whatever you think you can get him to stop you. I mean, you saw how enraged he was last week, you know, so that's his level of intensity. You know, you guys may all have, microsecond epiphanies, but he was boiling up for this for the last hour. And his frustration level is hitting maximum. He's worried that an old childhood friend is probably getting slaughtered by a vampire this very second. He's worked himself into a frenzy. He's gonna need some help getting there.
All right. Well, let's see if Ordrin can be persuasive at all then.
Or Killy could just, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. How's that for convincing you of the glory and wisdom of the Undying Court? I'll even hum a few bars of undying love for you.
Oh, Jesus. And he slowed down and it is like, as you started saying something, I don't know. But no, he's like,
Oh
he's
my
just shaking
God.
his head,
Cole will reiterate, the best course of action is to make sure that we cover our bases here, because if your friends will be safe if our assumptions are correct.
That was dry. Okay. Better roll persuasion too.
Oh, goodness.
Nope.
Cole is just not doing it.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't even know if you know what you're talking about, Cole.
Oh man, this is getting hard.
I don't know. I like, Roland, do you believe on this garbage? It just seems like,
it's
I
I don't
believe
know.
any of it.
I thought it would be if anything, if the captain was in league, I would have found something that would have convinced me.
Yeah, he's just a douche.
But yeah, we searched every square inch almost. I mean, I know there's a couple of lockers here, but I'm pretty sure that I scanned all the rest of the locks, and this lock right here was the only one that was different and very difficult. Required me to use a little extra oomph to get that one open.
Yeah, but the timeline doesn't add up. How did he even know that the locker was here? He only got to the ship, moments before we did. None of it makes sense to me. It just
Sure,
seems
the only thing
completely-
that's casts any doubt that he is not on the ship is this streak of blood here. Is how fresh have we determined how fresh of a streak of blood that is?
For all we know, one of the deckhands cut his hand putting something important in there. It's not like we know
Yeah,
it was
but-
vampire blood. That doesn't make that's or to
Is
say
it
that,
vampire blood?
I have
Cole?
no idea.
Is there a vampire blood that might be different than
Yeah. Do we
yours
have a
or
way
my
to
blood?
analyze it?
I mean, we didn't send off any of our senses before of detecting, an unnatural undead creature. So what?
Well,
So a blood
he-
smear is a blood smear. It doesn't prove anything.
Just for we haven't tried it yet, and now that the door is open to the locker of holding, I'm gonna burn one of my eyes of the grave.
Hang on for a quick
Wait,
sec, though.
before you do that, I want to
Okay.
try something, if that's okay. I don't want to step on your toes here.
Evo did identify on the locker and found it as a locker of holding, basically
Right.
a large bag of holding, and in so he knows everything about the holding. It is an extra dimensional space, so you wouldn't be able to sense anything on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
can't
it's,
stick your head in there and sense the inside either.
Right. I just didn't know, if it, because each of the items is separate, but if we would have access to all of them from the doorway when it's open, we just don't know what exactly to call for.
Right. Well, I explained
Right.
that last week, and we tried
Right.
all the things that we could think of. So that's what solidified and kind of drove Evo to the point where, it can't be in here, you know.
Okay.
And then how is he going to get out? I mean, we've searched the ship. We've pretty much checked all the people. We don't see, nobody has given us any clues that they're in league with them at all. They're just all assholes.
Evo, Ironsides is going to approach Evo here, and just in a cool, calm, collected voice, he's going to say this. Noble Evo, your heart is steadfast, your blade true, but even the strongest warrior can be misled by the shadows of doubt. You have always stood as a beacon of righteousness, yet I see hesitation in your eyes, not the wisdom of caution, but the weight of fear. It is not your faith that guides your hand now, but the whisper of uncertainty twisting your purpose. Have you forgotten that courage is not the absence of fear, but the will to act despite it? If you allow your fear to dictate your path, then it is not the duty that leads you, but shackles unseen. Look within, cast aside these chains, and see clearly once more. Let honor, not fear, decide your course.
All right, you better roll persuasion
Ooh,
right
ooh.
now, because what's coming
Oh.
at you is going to be brutal. So you better roll really well. Yeah, it ain't good enough.
Well.
He pokes his finger straight at you. Fear? You think fear is what's driving me? You guys are all blind to actually reason and understanding. We have people back in that city of lives that we need to save. It's not fear that fears this creature. It's the lack of discipline and honor that we're saving the people we've been tricked because we've been idiots and led astray. You have provided absolutely no information that this is even the place that he's going to be here. And vampires are not stupid. We've been chasing this guy for 3 weeks, and he's lost us, and he's put disinformation in front of us almost at every turn. We've barely kept up with him, and this is the ultimate one. He now has put us on a path to fly us all the way out of reach, and he could do nefarious things to everybody in the town and the people I care about, which includes you guys. But I'm not willing to sacrifice those people back there because of a hunch and staying on this ship. If you have a way to produce them out of that door, then do so. If not, I see no other recourse to try to go back and save the other people that we've sworn to protect. So don't ever think it's fear that's holding me back, but ignorance and not having reasonable facts to actually keep us here is why I feel that we should leave now. And never, ever say it's due to fear.
Well, we must have two different definitions of fear then. If that's how you truly fear, I wish you best on your way, and I will stay on the boat and find this vampire without you.
All right, so produce him.
All right, he walks back to Cole. Cole, we got to figure this out.
I'm gonna go
I was muted.
reach
Sorry.
into.
Oh,
okay.
You suck so bad,
Called it-
Capital.
Cold
I'm
just jumped
blowing
off
my
the
nose
side
like-
with her feather fall.
Every other minute. Sorry. What was your question, Shiny?
They jump
It was
off
my
the side
question,
of the
and-
vessel with her feather
Oh,
fall.
sorry.
Who's Featherfall?
You didn't get the joke. We didn't hear from Cole, so I thought maybe
Oh.
she jumped off the side of the vessel.
Now I get you.
Yeah,
No,
Cole's
no,
like, why aren't you guys creeping up, man? What's wrong with you? But she rolled a 2 and a 1. What do you expect, right? It's like
He's
getting over
not
on
a
Evo's
very.
side.
She's not a very charismatic person. She's often quiet and reserved, and definitely not. It takes a lot for her to be persuasive.
Ironsides leads down to Cole and just mentions, Cole, he is truly blinded. There's nothing we can do to convince him. We must take point here and try to find this vampire on this vessel, and if he wishes to leave, we must stay and root out this evil.
That's fair enough. He's just worried about the people in the city. But I'm thinking that that vampire was too much in a rush to get on this airship headed for Korth.
Well, between the vision, the blood staying along the side of the edge, and the other points provided by the other party members here wishing to stay, I think we have more than more substance to stay than to leave.
Has
I
Jillian
agree.
said anything else besides he had a vision?
I said he's here. I know he's here. You can believe it or not, Evo. I've never led you astray, have I?
You roll persuasion? Just in
That you remember.
No, I'm not going to roll persuasion.
case. No? Okay.
I said what I said. It's up to you.
Let's continue looking. This vampire's on this vessel. I feel
Yes.
confident.
Well, this blood came from somewhere. I'm gonna
Crew's
reach
very
into the
suspicious, too.
I'm gonna reach into the locker and call forth, "Bring me the corpse."
Is he
See
muted
if I get
again?
a corpse.
Yes, but I was blowing my nose. Sorry.
Oh, okay,
That's
no
okay.
worries. You blow your nose at me.
You silly English nuggets. The corpse. What corpse?
A human corpse.
Okay. Fair enough. A human corpse appears at your hand.
Boom! I pull it out.
Slips to the
Who?
floor.
What are we looking at?
Is this
Your-
our corpse?
Is you a human in regular clothes, not rich clothes, with 2 puncture wounds at its neck, atypically, and has been drained of blood.
Has been drained of blood.
Wow, well, now that is some actual factual evidence.
Okay, still want to jump off the vessel there, Evo?
Wait, hold on. Do you so wish we could speak with this corpse? I do have the
Oh.
knowledge.
Oh,
Does it look like anybody on the crew that we've seen?
No, they're not wearing
On a
House
uniform.
Lorandar uniform. Yeah.
What about
Okay.
the deckhands? That were on the docks.
Those were gnomes, I think, weren't they?
Those were
Yeah.
gnomes.
Right. You're right.
This is a gnome.
Unknown gnome.
Oh,
I'm gonna search his body.
Take an inspiration point.
Taken.
Hey, somebody else get up in here and maybe someone's hiding up his butt cheeks. When you guys want to get up there and grab that? Maybe as a map up there.
Oh.
Maybe a map of where
Well.
this vampire is.
I think we should see if we can converse with him. Roland seems to think we can have a conversation with him. Maybe we can get some information.
All right.
All right. Close my eyes.
You want to do that here, or are you trying to do it in a private place? Because you have a dead body on your hands, and you are out in the
Well, we are close to our room. Am I correct on that?
You're 1 deck below.
Oh, okay, got it.
curtain from
But
cone.
you have several strong guys with you.
Or we have bag of holding, don't we?
Or somebody gets a telekinesis and do weekend of Bernie's on him.
True enough. Too much drink.
I'll go up and keep a lookout, make sure nobody's coming, and when the coast is clear, I'll let everybody know, and we can shuffle him up
I'll pick him up.
Onto the deck above.
We already
Are we-
opened the cargo room, right? Isn't the cargo room right here? We just go in?
It's locked.
Well, we unlocked it, didn't we?
It was actually unlocked by a crew member.
Cole and
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Ironsides, I think, right? They
Yeah,
brought
they
a
did.
remember.
They were able to talk one into it.
Want to pick it real quick? And, Roland?
I could try.
There you go. Yeah, just stick it into the left and up and the right. I think you have it. Looks pretty easy.
Got it. All right. Let me try that.
With advantage.
There you go. Damn.
Nice. Yeah, lickety split. You can click and you open it, and I will unlock it if I can see it. It is unlocked.
In we go.
All right, you guys file in. I know Margarine's moving around, so it's not paused. Oh.
Here, Kelly, lay him down on these crates right here.
Okay.
And I'll use my light to kind of focus in. Since I've already tried to investigate, I'm like, hey, somebody with some sharper eyes, take a look and see if you can see anything here. But I keep blinding them with my light. Sorry. Couldn't give anybody assistance.
If I notice, not greatest.
And you're just searching the body.
Yeah, looking for keys,
Yeah.
identification, right?
Nothing in the way of papers. There is a pouch with coinage in it. Other than that, it's common clothes.
I mean, dressed like a passenger would dress, or dressed like somebody that they had picked up off the street, or
Could be either, because, I mean, how do passengers dress?
On an expensive skyship, probably
I was
pretty
gonna,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking probably would have. I mean, how heavy is the coin purse?
It's light to medium. It's not like bulging.
Well,
Hang
what
on
else
for a
should we
sec.
say to try to get out of there if this is obviously not him?
Yeah, hang on. There's something going on in my room. I gotta check it out real quick.
Uh-oh. Does Roland know his questions 5?
I don't need to be the only one that asks.
I'm not even gonna. I don't want to get into one of those.
What time is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Is this thing on? Yes.
God damn. Man, you guys ruined it. That would have been great. Are you guys getting hungry? Oh man.
Is the
Can
spell
anybody
working?
think of any other words? Because I could have sworn we said body, corpse, vampire.
Oh, well, we asked
weapon,
for vampire.
sword. You know,
Did we ask for the
Basket.
specific vampire by name?
Yeah, we asked for Lucan, whatever his name was. Yeah, we asked for a bunch of those stuff because I did the identify, which allowed us to, you know, understand how it worked and the command word to bring it out. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't make any sense. So he has to be in there, right? Because he can't be on the ship and not be detected by us easily. You know, we've checked the passengers. There's not a lot of passengers on the ship as it is. You know, we've passed by the crews dozens of times. You know, we've each, you know, casted ability to detect them at different levels. You know, not all in the same area. We kind of, you know, sorry if I was being kind of crazy about it, but you know, Evo was like freaking out, man. He feels that the guy outsmarted us, right? But you know, now a convenient body shows up. It still doesn't solve the problem where he is, right?
Sure. So, what do we care about the this corpse here.
Ask
That he
him-
knows Lucan,
Well, ask who killed him.
right? If he
Describe
knows.
his killer.
Yeah.
How'd you get in this box? Does he get there with you?
Did he deposit anything? Did anybody pay you to put something in?
We only get one question, right?
We get 5.
We get
We
5.
get 5. Maybe just the account of what did the last 10 minutes of what was the last 10 minutes of your life? Like, what did you see in the last 10 minutes of your life?
Well, okay, so you got to figure, does he
Your
know
ecstasy.
the corpse is a corpse? So he may not. We'd probably have to just ask him what's the last 10 minutes of what he remembers. So
Yeah.
just be careful of our wording, only because.
No, of
we
course.
get-
I'm not
gonna
saying
let
this
you-
in front of the corpse. I'm not.
Oh, Speak
Yeah.
with Dead.
He
there it
saw
is.
the movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
We all
Oh,
saw
okay.
the movie. Yeah. We're all gonna get
What's
down.
your favorite book?
Really? We only get 5 questions?
Yes. Does anybody think this guy knows anything? Yes.
Well, yeah. So should we ask? Are we trying to just get confirmation that it was Lucan that killed him?
Yeah, ask about the sword.
The
Also,
sword?
Is he in the
You have to also remember that the
Box of
corpse is
holding with him.
under no compulsion to offer
To tell
any
the truth.
truthful answers.
Yeah, that's why we have to.
Can we put a zone of truth over it?
What?
No, because
Well,
I don't think you can compel a court. It's
A
he's
long
being
rest,
animated.
I could totally have the cone of truth.
So really, I want to know where he recalls his last place. Like, for example, if he's in the alleyway in the city, or if he was on this ship. Because obviously, if his last recollection is on the ship, then for sure, Lucan was, or a vampire was on this ship at some point, right?
So maybe ask. Well, I mean, circles within circles. We have to do the best we can, I guess. I mean, so ask
Trying to
about the
think.
sword, because that will stick out like a sore thumb, right?
I mean, what are we
So
going to ask him about the sword? I mean, did your killer have a sword?
Yeah, but he was
Well,
the only wound he has is that he was drained by vampire
Right.
blood, most likely.
Yeah, but does he know he had a killer? That's why I want to. The last person you recalled, did he have a sword on him, or right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to be pretty.
So I guess the first question
Fairly
is
common.
how did you die? Because he knows he's dead, and
Oh, you
That-
haven't described the killer. That's a better question.
well, we don't know
Sorry
if it was
about
a killer. We just need to find out how he thought he died.
Dude, he's got 2 holes in his neck and he's dead. He got
but
a killer.
But he could have been dominated by a person. So if you ask him how he died, he'll say like he was kissed by a beautiful girl, right? Then we know, okay, if he was kissed by a beautiful girl and he died, then she was sucking
Yeah, but upon
blood.
death, wouldn't the soul realize that it's no longer dominated and what's going to want to tell the truth?
The spell says that
I mean-
they don't have to tell the truth.
Your paranoia is creeping into all of these interactions we have with all of our characters. Like, where do we draw the line?
Then you can ask the questions. Good luck.
Well, I'm back.
Ray!
Yay! There was a cat in the room.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was behind my dresser, and I saw the curtain move, and I'm like, why is the curtain moving?
and Lupin was behind your dresser and missed you.
Yeah. That's
Cat
where he's been
Lupin.
hiding. Speaking of which, I'm gonna turn on my fan real quick too. all hot and bothered running for you guys. Okay. So you've pulled the body up onto a crate. And you've given it the once over or the twice over, and found nothing of note except for a pouch of coins, and no other possessions on
puncture
them.
marks?
2 puncture marks. Yep,
All
yep.
right.
Technically, probably has a dagger as well on the belt.
Okay.
Which
No other
is-
sores or bruises on the body?
No.
Okay.
And the dagger's not magical. Shiny.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone, I'm gonna ask.
Question, maybe.
The first question is gonna be, what was your last waking memory? And we can go from there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's see. Just for reference, the effects of this incantation should last a few minutes, so we have time. We don't need to rush.
According to
But
your
someone watch the door. Make sure we're not bothered.
Are Ironsides and Cole out in the hallway?
We would probably be in the room because we don't want to draw suspicion.
Right. Okay.
Oh, crap.
Unless it's a cargo door, I'd make sure to keep it closed.
Door's closed.
All right. I will cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. And you cast it, and the corpse gasps and looks around at you all.
All right. I will ask, what was your last waking memory?
A rather attractive man asked if he could have a few words with me, and he said he needed to whisper something in my ear as it was a secret, and then I felt pain in my neck, and I must have passed out.
Where were you approached? Where were
Here-
you? When you
here
were
on-
approached?
Here on the boat. The airship, sorry.
Describe this man to us.
It's not a question.
Well, what does he look like?
Request.
Let's see here. Well, he looked Caucasian, wearing studded leather, had a sword on his hip with a really big red gem in the pommel, clean shaven, hair pulled back from his forehead, so it was all no bangs, blue eyes. It sounds like he's describing Lucan.
I'm gonna send a message to Roland, so it's not out loud. Be like, should we ask him if this was before or after the festival?
He said he was on the ship with him.
Yeah, but that could have been yesterday. Well, I was messaging Roland, so if you want to go meta, we can go meta.
Yes.
Not with that form of communication.
Do you remember the last Or do you remember the date of your Do you remember the date of your encounter with this gentleman?
Yes, it was before the date, and he gives the date of the departure of the ship.
So what is that, like a couple hours ago, you mean? Like
Yeah.
today? Okay.
Like today.
Okay.
Got it.
Not yesterday or the day.
No. Evening of, we'll say, the 25th, which is the night of the party.
He said he had a great time at the festival, right? He was gonna fly off to the sunset and then got a deadly kiss.
Is this our last question coming up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do you guys think?
The
Kind of meta
corpse-
for a second.
the corpse goes yes, and then falls back down.
Ah!
Dunk.
I knew it.
Shiny!
Shiny! That's worse than a fireball at this point.
I kid
I
you.
was-
I just wanted to pull a little D&D movie bit there.
I like it. I like it.
I'm assuming that you do that as an aside so that he
Yes.
doesn't hear.
Absolutely.
So we huddle up real quick.
So I had thought, do we want to ask if he was on this vessel with someone else, or if we needed to have that person to identify that someone's been killed, that they were, with here, that we might get the crew's attention? Or do you want to ask about?
He should have had his
he-
ticket on him. That's what I was thinking.
Actually, I was going to ask, do we want to know his name?
That's a toughie,
Sure,
damn it.
that'll work
That's a
too.
good one. Well, he doesn't have any identification. He didn't have his ticket. So we're assuming Lucan.
Yeah, I think getting his name would be worthwhile. I mean,
I agree. Yeah, it's probably the best if he was on the manifest.
Yeah,
You see-
whether
you-
that
you
was the
didn't see
idea.
manifest, did you?
No, I didn't. But if we could find out, guest names, then we might be able to inquire, even from the captain or the crew, what their dealing is on this ship. But we do know that this just happened, so definitely, if Lucan is powerful enough to overcome this him, he's probably in corporal form.
Yeah. Obviously.
Um,
Did we check his underwear to see if he had his name on his own underwear?
hey, you can check. I don't think he's gonna complain.
It's like Tuesday.
I'm gonna out of character. I'll go over there. Hey, can I check your underwear? Oh shit. Okay, no. Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead and ask your final question there, Roland, and we'll do that after.
What is your name?
Elaine Backer. That's 2 Ks. And he falls over.
What was his name?
Elaine Backer.
Elaine. Want to spell that?
ALAIN.
Alan.
No, it's got the AIN in there.
Okay.
No, I didn't say it was Alan, but like Alan.
Oh, yeah. With 9.
Elaine.
Backer with 2 Ks. It's a funny last name with 2 Ks.
Obviously, it was something that he had to do multiple times in life because it was habit.
All right. Well, I have a suspicion if there's anything, it's possible Lucan is posing as Elaine Backer. What do you think? Discuss.
I
Who's Elaine
think
Backer again?
that is a very good hypothesis.
Likely.
Yeah, but how did he shield himself from our detection? Is the crazy thing. But I mean, it is possible. I'm sorry I got so upset before, but it was a definitely spur of luck of finding this clue.
Well,
Well,
do we put
I
the
mean,
corpse
I-
back?
Yeah, I think at this point, that's probably. Otherwise, we're going to have to explain why we were down here and explain a corpse and all of that. Unless
I
we
think we
wanted
should
to.
report the
throw it
corpse
at
to the
the
captain, and it may sway him to our side.
Also good. Good choice.
At this point, I think
The
it's
captain's going to accuse us of killing the man.
most likely. He, you know,
Unless there's someone already posing as Elaine Backer, and
well, that's why
Yeah.
we need to find the manifest and see what room that person's in, and check that room. But was he? He wasn't really a heavy man, was he?
he was a gentle
He was-
soul.
He was average.
All right, so I
height
could
and weight.
easily pick him up, right?
You got a 16 strength, yeah.
Like, Cole, can you check to see if there's anybody in the hallway?
She
If there's
opens the
anyone
door.
where? In the hallway? Yeah. She opens the door, takes a peek.
Nobody out there.
Okay, first I
Close
check
square.
the back of his underwear to see if it's, well, we know his name already, but just to confirm his name. Is it on there?
Nothing written there.
His name is Haynes.
Okay, I'm gonna go and put him into the closet of doom.
Okay. He. It's almost like once you put him in there, it sucks in.
Okay, and then I put my hand in and say, Elaine Backer.
He comes back out.
Okay, I put him right back in.
And did you do it again?
No, it was just basically to confirm.
Just
if
leave
we-
me to die!
We knew Lucan's full name. I have it written down, but to save
Lucan
time,
Stello.
I say Lucan's full name with my hand in there.
Nothing happens.
Most likely.
I like the idea. Let's run around the ship looking for a lake backer.
Yes.
Get that manifest. That's a great idea.
So, what are you gonna do?
Well, Roland, you said the manifest wasn't in the chart room.
I didn't see it, but I wasn't there for too long.
Were you all? Weren't you the one that also checked the captain's quarters?
Yes, and I specifically asked for things like logbooks and manifests and whatnot.
Yeah, you didn't find it.
Hmm.
You know. Well, you're probably the most charming person. And Roland, you want to ask one of the cabin boys that you're looking for your friend Elaine Backer to find the room?
Yeah,
I'm
that'd
pretty
be
much
a good boy.
gonna hide down here because the captain will probably throw me in irons if he sees me.
Do I stink at all, considering kind of been around the bilge and
I wave my
Death.
hands. Of course you don't smink. You smell as great as you always do.
why? Thank you.
Roses with a touch of citrus.
Yeah,
Has
and
it been roses dragged through? Well,
Your
you know.
clothes and armor feel fresh.
All right. I will
I'll
go
back you
outside.
up.
All right. Go outside. Look down both sides of the hallway. See if we can find a porter or someone.
We don't want them to find us down here because we're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, the cargo deck that you're on right now is fairly quiet.
Okay. Well, good call, Modron. Let's make our way up.
I don't think either of us interacted with the captain much, so hopefully. And I'm keeping an eye out for anybody until we get up onto the main decks.
Wrong one.
Yeah. I
No,
can't
that's technically where you would be going. This is just
Yeah.
the
Yeah, this
the-
is we're up on deck
shortcut.
now.
Yeah. There are more people moving around here, you know.
Anybody
two
look
at a
like
time.
Elaine Backer?
No, not at all.
None of them resemble Elaine Becker. Okay.
We gotta find Elaine's room.
Well, be on the lookout for someone with blue eyes, slick back hair, and clean shaven.
Right, Lucan or Elaine. Maybe we find like the first officer or purser or something. Necessarily have to go to the captain with something like this.
No, I think we find a more low-end employee, right? That looks a little more persuadable.
That
Yeah.
guy that helped Ironsides and Cole into the secure cargo last time, is he still wandering around this deck, or did he? Is
No.
he?
Oh, no.
He's above.
Give him a little coin or something too.
Uh-oh, there's somebody. That just random.
Coming down
Vampire,
the
he's
stairs.
coming right for us.
Looks
Oh,
like, yeah, he looks like a
Elaine.
vampire. What's that?
roll for initiative.
You're
Roll
walking
for
so
initiative.
much better.
And
A crew member.
yep, wearing a uniform.
Wearing a
There we
uniform.
go.
All right. Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me. I was just headed this way.
Oh yeah. Sorry to interrupt your progress here, but I need to ask you something if you don't mind me asking, and if you've got a quick second to help us out here.
Sure.
I have a message to deliver to Elaine Backer, but I can't seem to find his room. I don't know which room he's in. Can you help me out?
Yes. I don't believe we have someone that is passenger by that name.
Really? You sure about that? Pretty sure I saw him on the airship not too long ago when we first came on board.
That's strange that he would be a stowaway then.
Cool.
I'll describe him. I said, well, he was wearing such and such. I mean, I can't imagine he would have used a different name, but does anybody meet that description that you recall?
No. Are you sure he's aboard?
Yeah,
Fairly
like I said,
certain.
we saw him earlier.
This is gonna be good.
Huh. Well, I'll keep an eye out for him. And alert the crew.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure.
The liar, and the thief.
Oh, so close.
Can I make one as well? As
That
a
was-
user member?
That was history
I
you
will
rolled,
too.
not insight.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
what the heck?
That's all right. Morden's got this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let Mordrin go.
He seems intrigued and baffled, and appears and seems to be telling you the truth.
And I am
Are you
confused
the-
about my history.
is
Right.
there a purser or someone we would talk to that might have a manifest that we could have them check to make sure? Because like I said, we saw him on the vessel.
That's me.
Oh,
I handle all the guest affairs, and which is why I would know. You're lucky to find me, actually. You'd asked
Wow.
another crew member, they would not have known. Most of the
But-
crew doesn't care.
do you also handle the baggage?
Yes, and as well as sometimes guests have a baggage carrier.
Interesting. You recall having seen a package, and I'll describe a crate, the approximate dimensions of a coffin. And, someone bringing a box approximately 6.5 feet by 2 feet by maybe 1.5 feet.
Why, yes. They said it held long weaponry, two-handed swords and such.
And that was stored down in someone's stateroom? That would take up a lot of room in these small rooms.
No, it went into the cargo hold.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who checked that? Sounds like a package that Elaine would have handled.
No, that's weird. I don't.
Interesting. But you do remember the package being brought on board?
Yes, but then I don't. It had to have gone to the cargo hold, and he seems confused.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh,
Maybe somebody else helped him.
yeah, maybe
Okay.
that's it.
I mean, is it common to allow people on board the ship if they're not ticketed? If they're carrying...
If
Packages?
they're baggage handlers, personal help, they're generally, if they're not bought tickets, then they are escorted off during
No.
loading and unloading.
Interesting. Do you remember any markings on the package or any attribution of ownership?
No, I don't.
How would one claim the package once we reach our destination?
Well, normally I would put a marked strap with room numbers. I don't remember doing that. Huh.
Something peculiar seems to have transpired.
Well, I can't say what.
House is usually known for the fastidiousness of its record keeping, in addition to the comforts of its transportation.
Transportation is the name of our game. So, yes. Maybe somebody else did it.
Who would that someone else be? So we can inquire.
And it looks like he's struggling to make sense of the lack of a memory of that.
Who's gonna get
Maybe it
fired?
would help jog your memory if we went and saw the package.
Maybe.
This seems to have really be troubling you, and it seems it's very concerning, and it pains me, brother, to see you in such distress, and I'd really like to see this resolved.
Yeah, it's also odd that we would have lost a passenger as well.
Well, I'm sure there isn't a passenger named Elaine Becker.
We spell it for him just to make sure there's no confusion.
Yeah, no. I hear the 2 Ks now. Well, it would be down in the cargo hold if it were, or possibly a locker.
But I mean, if you of all people don't know where this package is, yet you distinctly recall receiving the package, it would seem to be some cognitive dissonance, which probably explains that pained expression on your face, brother.
Yes. And he's trying to remember. You can see him thinking. He crosses his arms and cups his chin with one hand.
I honestly think seeing the package would jog your memory.
Well, let's go down to the cargo deck and find out.
I think that's an outstanding idea. And, oh, wait, there.
Okay, before we go in, what have you guys in the cargo hold that have been doing?
I can't seem to get out of the cargo hold.
I know, I've been trying.
You gotta open the door.
Can someone just drag me to the place I need to be?
I hope the
we
messaging
can get
works,
out now.
Roland.
I went up to the dining room and got a coffee.
Oh.
I've been sitting up there for the last X amount of time.
I'll drive
I'm
home
all the
for
way
you.
over here. Assuming that somebody let me know if something goes on.
Where are we going?
I was following the group.
Cargo hold, right?
No.
Oh.
The everybody that wasn't accosting the purser.
Perceive the purser.
Yeah, the people that were left in the cargo hold. Where did you guys want to go?
I'm in the dining room having a coffee.
Make like a
Ironsides?
tree and get the hell out of here.
I'm following Cole.
Oh, I was looking for which way you wanted to go. I was just ahead.
I guess
Yeah,
just
I
bring
don't
iron.
know.
Just bring Ironsides and Cole to the guest rooms.
Okay.
Our room.
Oops. One bridge too far. Alrighty. Evo's getting some coffee. Two of the Warforged went to the rooms. Everybody else is with the purser, who then unlocks this door and goes into the cargo hold and is looking around and mumbling to himself, checking the likely spots for where it would be, and stops to at a wall where there's this slightly hidden box in the wall.
Oh.
Like pops it open, pulls out a clipboard with many sheets of paper.
Ooh.
Starts reading through them.
Can I saddle up close to him and kind of sneak a peek?
Sure. If you'd like to make a sleight of hand check.
Can I give some type of distraction to aid him? No. If
Sorry.
needed.
Quick on the pull.
You're thinking about looking around for some sort of distraction, and Roland
Just
and
ninjas his way over there.
ninja'd his way over there and has gotten a look at a manifest of cargo lists as he's going through it.
I'm looking for a sword. I'm looking for a box.
Yeah, and there's nothing written there of a description for a long wooden box like that.
I'll look for any names that look like Elaine Backer or EB or
AB.
Yeah, you don't find any.
Or a backer with 1K?
They always do that to me.
Backer, not Baker.
No, you don't find anything like that. Well, it's not listed here, so that is very strange.
Hmm. Is there anywhere else it might have been put? Why don't you describe what you saw exactly, and we'll help you look.
I remember the case, but
Mhm.
I don't remember who brought it aboard or who took it away.
Was it just a standard wooden crate? Was it?
Was it lacquered and painted?
No, standard wooden crate.
Hmm. And you definitely recall seeing it.
Yes.
Most
It was carried by
unusual.
a good-looking man with slick back hair, would he? Maybe blue eyes.
I don't remember who was bringing it aboard. That's very odd for me, and it's not down here in the hold. It could be in any number of lockers, but that would take forever to go through.
Hmm.
And it would be
Most unsettling.
Very. Let's check a couple of the other manifests. And he puts this one back in the cubby, closes it, and it's like it's a concealed. You wouldn't notice it. Ooh. Comes out, goes around the corner. Goes up to the side of the lockers. Does the same thing. On the side of the locker, there's a hidden cubby. He pulls out another clipboard with papers. Starts flipping through them.
From the outside, does the locker with the locker of holding look different than the others, or was it just the complexity of the lock that was different?
It looks exactly the same as the others, and the lock even looks like it from the outside. But when Roland was poking about in it, he could feel it was a lot more complicated than the others.
Okay.
And I think it was Killian discovered that it was actually metal. Sorry, guys. Didn't get to the
All right.
Didn't get to the mutant time.
It's that kind of weather.
Yeah, my nose is getting raw too. So he looks through and doesn't find anything. No, nothing described in this set of lockers. Let's go check the others. He puts it and closes it up so it's all concealed again. Goes around the corner and to the same end of the lockers, opens up another cubby, concealed cubby, and pulls out lists of what was stored in these lockers in general terms. Nothing here. But this is most unnerving.
I'm just wondering what's going to happen when that passenger asks for their package.
Right? And who would that
Do
passenger
you
be?
handle any post? I mean, could somebody have brought it on board and just meant to ship it, or is this strictly for ticket-carrying passengers?
The cargo and the lockers are for both. We ship as well as some people have things that they are shipping with us while they travel, and so that they go into these lockers and such.
Would it have been maybe something just being shipped?
No, if we just went through all of the.
There would not be a different list for something shipped versus what?
No.
Wow. That's unnerving. I'm wondering how one would be able to claim a package if you're not sure where it is.
Well, it's as if the package doesn't exist.
But you know it. You said you saw it with your own eyes.
Yes, that's the disturbing part.
Well, I'm still at a loss to my Elaine backer. I wonder if there's, if we find one, we'll find the other.
No, there shouldn't be anybody down here.
Were there any
Other-
rooms that
other than
weren't
crew.
accounted for with passengers? In other words, were there any empty rooms?
No, all berths were filled.
Okay.
All quarters had a guest or two.
You can't you can't associate the box with a guest.
I cannot. But I also can't find the box. So what does that mean?
Hmm.
Unless my
Could it be
memory's
a-
getting faulty and there wasn't a box and I'm just thinking there was.
You seem like a pretty attentive person.
I
Sure,
am.
that's how you got the job.
You all gave me your names when you came aboard. And
You probably even remember them. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Your mind looks like it's a steel trap.
of course, Mordrin.
So something very peculiar going on.
Indeed.
Are there any other more secure cargo holds that might not have been accounted for?
There's the secure hold, and he unlocks the door and goes inside. But there's nothing of that size in here. This is all valuable and small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Room in any of these lockers to the sides?
what if we just checked the manifest for that, and there's nothing of that description?
Are there any unaccounted lockers that supposedly don't contain anything, but maybe it's in there?
No.
Maybe someone else moved it?
Maybe, but they would have known to have written it down in the manifests. So, it can't be down here.
But you saw it with your own eyes.
I did. That's weird.
Very strange.
Uh,
Yeah, got nothing.
All right. What is your name, sir?
my name is... He
Lane
doesn't visit.
Backer.
Backerlin.
The
He
3K.
He doesn't hesitate. I'm just looking up the names. Cord.
Cord. Okay. Well, Cord, if we were to come up with an idea maybe where one might find this missing package, we'll come looking for you.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Probably a good idea. Might require a rest for you to remember.
Right? And he goes up the stairs.
I'll whisper to
Well,
Mordrin while he's going up a deck. Like, do you think if we try to pull a wooden crate out of the locker, it would come up?
let's try. I was thinking that same thing, Roland.
Mhm.
So, it was up over here, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. It was right there. I think, or
Okay.
you're one of the two.
Oh, there it is. Shall we, let me see.
Where'd everyone
Oh.
else go?
They're all.
Well, we take. Do we
Get
dare?
ready to. I will have a high pitched scream if we pull a vampire out of this,
All right.
and I will envision the crate as described, and I will reach in and say, "Give me the crate," assuming it's still open.
Give us the wooden crate,
Yes.
please.
Body inside.
You guys left it unlocked, but closed, so you can reopen it without having to waste another knock spell.
Yep.
And you do so, but no crate comes to hand.
Crate.
Interesting.
Not a crate.
Well, I mean, if he's already killed, he's corporeal again.
Yes.
So we.
Doesn't he seem the type, if he was in a room, he would be in the nicest room?
His coach was rather nice.
Yeah, I would think he would be in a very nice room.
Be a luxury suite somewhere?
We can
Would
go.
have been rooms 1, 2, and 3.
Which we did check, or had purportedly been checked.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we were in what, 4, 5, and 6, the cargo class, or
It's smaller
yeah.
staterooms. Where those were a large and 2 mediums.
Well, we can report back to the group what we found so far and figure out a way to check those rooms, or
Yeah, we definitely could. I mean, I think I went through them fairly quickly, so we were in a hurry to beat a time crunch.
yeah, I think a time crunch is less of an issue at this juncture.
Well, while you guys were doing that, Evo, you've been sitting having coffee. Strumming again, I assume?
Yeah. How much time's gone by?
Figure 15, 20 minutes.
So not a short rest?
I thought you already took one.
Well, I'll take another if I can get my hands on it.
Yeah, you could do another short rest.
All right, I'll get back my warlock spell, so that's good. Yeah, I was just waiting, like, to hear from the guys and trying to stay out of their way in case the captain showed up, because I know the captain was pissed off at me, so I'm just kind of like trying to stay out of everybody's way.
Okay. Ironsides, you and Cole had gone back to the rooms.
Yeah, we're just resting.
Just resting?
Yep.
She'll start tinkering with gears and gadgets and whatnots from her bag and a book. Then
Ironsides is in deep contemplation and meditation.
Okay.
or resting.
Then you guys are headed where? Up to the guest floor? Quarters deck?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look for the rest of the party.
Okay.
we were all up in the dining area.
Okay. Head on that direction.
Leave, or way to get into those other rooms.
Wait, what?
I was just thinking
Yeah.
of ways of getting into the other rooms. That would be these 3, correct?
Correct.
And these at the end, did we ever? These were just like
That's the dining
storage
one.
lockers? Oh,
One of the dining rooms.
You
Oh,
hear
those are
soft
the-
guitar music coming from.
Yeah, there's a
Dining.
few people sitting around, and Evo's over there in the corner.
Matter of fact, like
he's up on the main deck, right?
No.
Passenger
he's in
lounge on the main deck.
Quarters deck.
Oh,
I'll be asking them. It's like has anybody noticed anything weird going on around here? And does anybody know a particular gentleman named? I'm trying to find it in
Lane Backer.
my Lanebacker.
Elaine, yes, he was my luggage carrier. Says, well-to-do gentleman.
Oh,
He stayed in port.
he stayed in port. Interesting.
Back
he
in
was,
Largo.
yeah.
I mean, Trollin Port. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious if he was one of the crew or if he was just a baggage handler because somebody has misplaced one of our bags of our group.
Oh, he would have he only handled my baggage and then left the ship
So
as I travel on to Korth.
So he was a paid porter from
Correct.
the dock.
No, from me.
Oh.
From my estate.
Oh, and what estate was that? You left during the party, huh?
What party?
Or, okay. We were just at Trollenport, right?
Correct.
So you were not staying in Trollenport for the Festival of the Moon, then?
Oh, you mean the Masquerade of 1,000 Stars?
Yes.
I didn't. I was not invited.
What a shame. It was such a great party.
They usually are, but I got into it a bit with one of the politicians, and I didn't get an invite this year.
I'm going to insight check that guy.
Go for it.
It's not bad.
What's down screen? Oh, yeah, he seems to be slightly put out from the fact that he didn't go to the party, and being conversationally honest with you.
All right, I will prestidigitate a Phoenix card and hand it over to him. I am Evo Shandor of the Blazing Phoenixes musical troupe and adventures team, and maybe the next time that you're in town for one of those festivals, we may be in there performing like we did just a few hours ago. We had to leave quite rapidly due to some particular issues that arise at the moment we ended our performance and happened upon the ship. But here you go, if you ever need it.
Well, thank you. And he takes the card and puts it into a belt pouch. After, of course, reading it.
And basically, there's like a P.O. box back in Skarn, where
Yeah.
we collect our mail at a later date if you hadn't heard any stuff. Or if you're gonna have your own party, perhaps we do travel all over the world, solving problems and playing music.
As we are now. I'm looking forward to getting up to Cardath. It has been a while since I've visited.
Are you there for business or for pleasure?
Both. My name is Alistair.
Alistair. And which house do you belong to?
Oh, I don't belong to a house. I run my own business.
And what business is that?
Textiles.
What's his last name? What's your last name, sir?
Well, you have the honor of meeting Alistair Corleostor.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to spell that.
Mm.
C-O-R.
Yep.
L-I-O.
Yep.
S-T-O-R.
Well, we're always looking for fantastic costumes when we're doing a performance. You know, of course, as you see, I'm in my functional attire in case of any sky pirates or other vermin that may be on the ship that could cause any particular issue. Sometimes trouble seems to follow us, blazing phoenixes, so we must always be prepared when we're going from major location to location. But we are always looking for good costumes, and if you are from your attire, I can tell you're probably highly regarded and make fantastic wares that we may be interested in.
Well, my company isn't the end result of the textiles. They're not the tailors. We do bulk materials.
I'm sure, but I'm sure the best tailors in most cities probably buy your goods, so you would know the people that we would need to talk to.
Indeed, I would.
My God,
And,
did he just hit me in the hand or something?
No, it's just an easy 3d6 roll for me. And
Ouch.
he does say, which I had forgot to check for when you introduced yourselves, I have heard you're an upcoming band, the Blazing Phoenixes. Made a splash at the Battle of the Bands in Sharn.
Word does get around, even though that was almost a year ago. But we've been playing outside of Sharn mostly in recent days.
Indeed.
And some of my cohorts are actually here on the ship, as you know, I am relaxing. I have a ditty in my head, and you know, and it always takes time to work it out, so I never.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So I'll play for him. But, oh God, what was the name of that song? I think it's the most beautiful of them all, or something like that. But I'll play that
right.
for him.
Fairest of them all.
Fairest of them all. Thank you. And you know,
I think that's the kind of song a dude should be playing for another dude.
yeah, dude, he wants to get favors from. Why not, man? What, he's afraid of your manliness? I'm not. But we just made this one up last night to play for the ambassador from Andrel, Naya Ankarel.
Ah, the ambassador.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the political person I pissed off.
Oh, good. She's a very wonderful person. And probably if you present a Phoenix card to her and have a minor favor, she'll probably be more inclined to help you than not. So,
Good to know. Thank you.
even kind of a rush. And I wrote this for her. She's an old family friend from before the morning.
And he listens. And, the rest of the dining room gets quiet and listens in as well.
And we're looking for, you know, there's a person on this ship that we ran into at one of the parties that we were interested in reconnecting with, telling some more stories and potential material for additional songs. And I give the description of Lucan without all the weaponry, you know, and things like that. Have you seen any other passengers? It goes by the name Lucan. Maybe on board. He may have retired as soon as he got to the ship, though.
Yeah. Nope. Doesn't sound familiar. I don't remember meeting anybody like that here on deck or down here.
Oh well, he's probably sleeping. Probably sleeping it off. It was quite the wild town. It was kind of good to get out before it hit its full crescendo.
Indeed.
And then, you know, I'll just kind of strum some music and I'll send a message to Roland. Is like, anything yet?
Well, at that point, Roland is actually walking in
Oh,
with
Roland.
Mordrin.
Yep.
He's missed a fantastic rendition of Fairest of them All.
I thought I heard it.
This is Roland. He is one of our lead musical and singers for our group, the Blazing Phoenixes, and a good friend. Almost
And
considered
I-
family.
Bow my head in respect.
And this is Alistair Corserol. God, I hammered that. I'm sure that, he's very big in textiles and down to the, I guess it'd be west, right?
He corrects you at Corleo Store.
Oleo store, sorry.
It's Danish.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking Danish.
Hail and well met.
Nice to meet you as well. But if you would pardon us, I have some business to deal with you with Evo, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Excuse me, everybody. And I slammed my coffee and give a
It was
graceful
light.
bow. And
Light applause
I
after your
walk
song.
And I will walk out of the dining hall. And once we're hopefully out of earshot, I
The
will.
doors do that automatic closing thing so that the dining room is always closed off from the rest of the hall.
I say we should head back to our staterooms.
All right. Right behind you.
And once there, we'll fill him in. Start talking about
Is everybody in there?
Cord and his description of a box that he could not find in the manifests. And we did try to call a box before we came looking for the rest of the party members.
So he was
But
under some
nothing
kind
appeared.
of vampiric compulsion like the dock workers.
Maybe that'd be an interesting compulsion for an object, I would think. But
Well,
I don't know too much about it. I just find that an interesting ability that one could, possess over an object. Not that I haven't heard of other strange things in our travels, but it's just something I would note.
well, Cole described that vampires have the ability to dominate and control people, and we saw that firsthand. It wouldn't be too difficult for somebody of that power and magnitude to tell somebody to forget something. From your description, it sounds like he kind of knows it's here, but it's now not in the place where he left it.
That, and I asked for the room that Elaine Backer was staying in, and he said there's no one in the manifest with that name.
Well, I found out Elaine Backer wasn't supposed to be on the ship. He was a porter for Alistar and was part of. Wait a minute, Capital. A little confusion. Okay, so then the porter. Okay, just try to clarify for this me. Okay, if the gentleman who hired this guy. Oh wait, so the guy, Alistar, got off the ship at Trollenport, right? Or
he
continued
boarded.
on? Okay, he boarded at Trollenport.
Yeah, he
And
said
he
that
had-
he's was leaving town and headed to Korth in Karnath, and hadn't been there in a while.
Right, and he got dissed and didn't get to go to the party.
Correct. And he said that his man, his porter, from his own estate, was had brought aboard his luggage and cargo, and then presumably left the ship.
But why would he left the ship if he was from his porter? But he wasn't. He's not from Trollen.
Who?
And Alice, not Alistair, but
Elaine?
Elaine. Yeah. I mean, if
He
he
said-
why would
He
like,
said he wasn't traveling with him. He was handling his luggage.
right? But if he's from his estate, why wouldn't he be traveling with him? Right.
His estate here in Trollenport.
Oh, okay. I thought he said that he was from somewhere else.
Yeah, Thrain.
Train. Okay, so he has multiple places around the world.
That would be a good assumption.
All right. Okay, I was just trying to like make sure that that logic was understood because it seemed like there was a hole in it somewhere.
Yeah, it does seem that way, but
I mean, we talked for a while, so
yeah.
I don't get that inference. I don't know. I mean, it, you know, could have been that Lucan came in mist form when he was dropping the bags off, took a munch on them, but then is gone somewhere else. But you know, and then we know that his sister also got away, but she doesn't appear to be on the ship, unless she wasn't a full vampire the last time we fought her. She didn't appear to be. So she couldn't turn to mist and easily get onto the ship. She just vanished. I don't know.
Could be disguised.
I mean, that's possible, but you know, in all honesty, with you know, with Shiny's ability to see magic everywhere, you know,
I think we should try to get the last 3 rooms.
Well, so you're talking about these rooms over here.
The 3 that we haven't been in.
I thought we tried those.
Knock
I
on the
thought they had
doors,
people.
talk to the people.
There were people inside.
All right. Well, I mean, by all means, unlock the doors and like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was my room. The door was unlocked. I mean, try
We
that a
have to do
couple
an
times.
We have to do an inspection for the ship.
No, I wouldn't say.
Well,
we-
now they serve. Are the meals that they serve on the ship? Are they served as they like on a cruise where everybody goes to the dining room and they bring out the meal for the evening and everybody sits down and eats?
That would be the effect, yeah.
I'm just wondering if we went to dinner when we would have all of the people supposedly there.
That's
and
past dinner time. The party went past dinner time, so
yeah,
the departure of the ship was very late.
it's
The next time you
yeah.
could do that would be like breakfast.
All right. Well, maybe at breakfast we see who all is there. I mean, Lucan is already corporeal because he's already killed.
right.
And apparently the little window when everything was being loaded, if he is not in the locker of holding, then he could be in one of the other. He could be disguised as somebody else. Maybe once we get somewhere where everyone is, we can make sure that we don't sense any undead when we have everybody or a large portion of the crew in one place. And we can keep an eye on the rooms down the hall to see if we notice anybody coming in or going out.
So all
maybe
the
there's
rooms
a room.
that are blank we haven't looked at, right?
You talked to
Knocked
the
on.
guest.
Knocked on the door and talked to the guest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Roland, you're pretty damn sneaky. I say, just unlock the doors and take a peek, man. Keep an eye out to make sure nobody catches you.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's
when
wiped out from
everybody's
the party.
sleeping.
Yeah, how many hours now has it been since we've done all this?
You guys are pushed at 2-3 hours out now. So it's pretty close to after midnight, I think.
So the only thing is night watch. If we're quiet about it, kind of interesting. Most of the crews have stayed on the top deck, I assume.
Um,
Or we've seen a few
about
coming in.
2 hours after departure, more crew were moving around and headed to quarters. And some were headed back up. A change of the watch. Or a change of the shift.
I mean, honestly, for the safety of the people on board, if we find him in the middle of the night, less chance of him taking a hostage or hurting someone else in the process.
No.
Well, I could go and try to inspect the rooms, but I'd find it hard to see in the dark.
That's what you have Shiny for.
The interior, the interior hallways have dim, ever bright lanterns swinging from the ceiling of the hallways.
Well, how about our room? Is it lit by the same lighting, or
Yes.
it is? Okay. So there's always light on.
No, you could. They have shutters.
Oh, okay.
Like
Got it.
those lanterns, the bullseye ones, where you can close it.
Got it.
Mordrin or Shiny should be able to see.
Yeah, I can help. May not be as sneaky though.
Are we prepared for this evening's affairs? Are we, or should we ourselves take our own rest?
Well, the hard thing is that if we don't take him shortly, he could easily go and feed on more people and gain more power. I'd rather try to take him now, personally.
Good.
What do the rest of you guys think?
The sooner the better.
I would like to at least get a short rest. Those gnomes whacked me pretty good.
Which you guys would during your planning here could have taken short rests
Oh, okay.
No, okay,
Were you-
that's good.
because you're sitting still for a good 15 some odd minutes talking about it all.
Let's do that.
All right. I will get my inspirations back.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, if anything, me and Handy could sing a little ditty as well.
Or you mean Roland?
Extra decent Roland, sorry.
And he lives on.
Andy,
Forever.
forever.
So
Yeah. Can do that too.
So that gives us another.
An additional D.
well, we both roll a d6 and then take the highest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a song of rest with advantage.
I only needed 1 point to max out again. I
Well,
just don't
You
have a
can
lot
roll
of spells.
6. You can roll a 6, Roland.
I was only 1 point away from maxed out, so I just needed one of you two to roll a 1. Excellent. Thank you. What a beautiful tune.
it was a harmonizing song of rest.
Okay, well, do we want to let things quiet down a bit and then make a quick search?
Sure.
All right.
Bit of stretching, make sure we're nice and limber.
Always good to warm up first.
It's like Harmon Gumble.
All right, Shiny, keep a lookout.
Got it.
And I'll check on the other guys, Cole and,
Keep a lookout.
and Ironside, just to make sure that they're all prepared, because they've been probably resting too. Whoever Killian is, I don't see him.
How long have we been resting for?
You guys could get in short rests.
I'm assuming we're all crammed in one room when we were kind of discussing it, right? And then you guys can have a extra D5 of hit points on any dice you roll.
Or extra 5 points.
5 points. If you need hit points.
It's funny that it puts short rest at an hour. I always thought it was more like 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes.
No, that's 4th edition.
They were really short rests then.
Well, because the mechanic of 4th edition, because you had at wills and you had encounter powers and then daily powers.
Yeah.
So, basically everything cycled a lot faster with the MMO.
So this is door number 3.
That would be door number 3.
Alrighty. First I'm gonna listen just to see if anyone's awake and talking, or if we hear snoring and whatnot.
I will assist.
Well, we're going back
So,
to 1st edition D&D with the thief listening.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right.
yeah,
It's obvious.
that was not very helpful.
Oh,
Sorry.
geez.
All right, I'll just do.
There you go. You didn't need it.
You hear the soft snores of somebody asleep.
All right. So I will give the shush, quiet sign as I attempt to pick the lock. Or I'll try it. Is it unlocked?
It is not unlocked.
All right. I will now try to unlock the lock.
I'll whisper, "You got this. You got this."
Mhm.
So take a D6 if you feel you need it.
Okay. Let's see. I have. Let's see. It's an item. Where are you? There we go. And I have to. You have to add 1 to whatever I roll. If we need it. 30.
Jesus.
Wham bam. It is unlocked.
It's unlocked. All right. I will
Or
turn.
you have unlocked it.
I will turn the knob and allow Mordrin to peek inside.
Okay.
will.
Stealth check?
For both of us? Or
Whoever's poking
Yeah.
their head in.
oh, okay. I will. Let's see how stealthy I can be. All right.
All right, yeah. You quietly poke your head in. The dim light is nothing to you. You see there are 2 forms sleeping on a bed around the corner, which is the stairwell
Okay.
base. There's a couch, a table, no other occupants, no coffins.
Shiny, you should be up there checking for magic too.
I was watching
Oh,
see if anybody was
okay.
showing up.
I'll watch.
Okay. I do not see anything abnormal. Everything seems fairly standard, nothing unusual. Make a perception check for
Go for
anything
it.
that jumps out as out of place.
There are no Nosferatu with their arms crossed in the corner just waiting. No, you see none of that.
Something suspicious like a pile of dirt or the red gemmed pommel of a sword poking up from behind the bureau.
Yes, because he hit everything except that thing just sticks out. No.
In the mirror, you see someone hiding at the doorway.
All right.
Well, and the 2 figures, I just see 2 figures in the bed. Do I see clothes hanging? Can I ascertain anything as to race or size? Do they appear to be human or slightly
Medium-sized.
smaller?
Medium-sized. Yeah,
Or human, possibly elf.
correct.
Okay.
At least that's about that size of lumps under the blankets.
All right. Well, nothing. And they're sharing the same bed.
Correct.
Keep the
Okay.
chest going up and down. Get dead.
The soft snoring is a little louder with the door open.
I've got 2 more eyes of the grave to burn. But yeah, I'm not going to burn them yet since I'm not getting a long rest. So, all right. Well, I don't see anything unusual. I will pull back out and I will make a shrugging motion at Roland.
All right. I'll try to close the door and move on to stateroom number 2.
Okay. Very similar lock.
In my
Alright.
glamour weave, I'm going to be all ninja'd out.
All right.
All right. I will listen again for snoring or talking or anything unusual.
As will
Oh.
I. Or I can
Ah,
help
okay.
you. Oh,
Yeah,
let me
go for it.
see if I hear anything. Eh.
Roland, it's quiet in there.
Okay.
Do I hear anything?
You also hear nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. I will try to pick the lock.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see. Add 1 to whatever I roll.
Five.
That's you've unlocked it.
And I will open it.
Mordrin, make another stealth check.
Oh, heavens. All right. 18.
Okay. You poke your head in, and this is a single bed with a single guest asleep, not snoring.
Oh.
Man-sized again.
Man-sized single snoring.
No snoring.
No snoring.
No snoring.
Breathing?
Breathing. It's less fancy, less accoutrement to the room. Just the bed, a chair, a table, no couch.
And you said they were breathing, just not snoring?
Correct. Not everybody snores.
Right. Look for anything that jumps out as unusual. Piles of dirt. Anything seems
Nothing.
fairly straightforward.
Fairly straightforward. Nice guest room. It's the room level above your guys's.
I poke my head and see if I feel anything magical in there.
Okay. No, nothing magical other than the shuttered lights.
I will make the shrugging motion at Roland again and
Okay.
back out.
I will close the door and move on to our last door.
And do the same routine.
Yep. Let me listen.
Yeah, listen.
Listen. I listen.
Nope.
You're fairly certain you hear nothing? Nothing?
think I hear a sneeze.
Mhm.
Holding that back.
All right, and I will attempt to pick this, or I'll check. Is it locked?
It is locked.
All right, and I will try to pick this lock.
Roll it. Rolling.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Nice. A 31.
31. Natty 20. 31.
Natty 20, 31. Yes. With alacrity, do you unlock it?
I will, knowing that this is the last room that we need to do this, I will look at Modron and say, it's the last one. Let's do this one right, and I will give him an inspiration.
oh, okay.
Did he wish to spend it within the next 10 minutes?
That is an 8, right?
Yeah,
D8?
if you want to burn it, you can when you want to burn it.
And I can call it after I roll, right?
Right. Before the
Okay.
results are known.
Oh, before the results are known.
So you can roll it, and whether if you
okay.
want to use it or not, you choose at that point. Then I tell you the results.
Okay. All right. So it's open. I will stick my head in the door.
Roll a stealth.
20.
Very nice. You open the door quietly, just enough to poke your head in. It's an even smaller stateroom, but still better than your guys's. And there's another single bed. This one with a short person sleeping under the covers, and has a table and chair in the corner opposite the bed. And like the other rooms, the ever bright lanterns are closed, so it's dark in there, but you can still see. Nothing untoward,
Okay,
out
let
of
me
place.
see if I see anything particularly unusual. Nothing, just a person of smaller stature under the blanket.
Correct. No dirt
Okay.
mounds, no Nosferatu, no
Inverted crucifix hanging on the walls.
right. Slightly burning. No, none of that. No, what was it? Split pea soup sprayed all around the room.
It's getting to be that time.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, I will shrug at Roland again, and
Close the
maybe
door.
that is where we leave it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, sounds like we're closing down the stream for the night. And we will hopefully see you guys all next week. Or we're definitely going to find the vampire next week. Right, guys?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Right.
Or not. Maybe we should have just jumped off the ship to save ourselves. I don't know. Oh, boy. Anyways. All right. Sorry, I was being a dick. Say goodnight.